YouTube. Sorry, it took a little longer than I thought it would. I had to eat a cookie. What's up, everybody? I'm here with BLUESKY900, who I think you can know. See, there we go. What's up, BLUESKY? We're gonna do our weekly shindig. We're gonna talk a little bit about stuff that's happened. Thought it'd be fun. What's your favorite part before we go over all the stuff about the ball? It's in general.
So, I think the best thing to come out of the ball is it's probably the what's it called? The decision to make Dekia and the endgame spots to basically balance all the spots so the endgame spots are all completely worth it. I think that's the best thing they announced, which isn't really saying
That
much,
sound
really.
honestly, that sounds really bad now that you say that like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
okay, fair enough. That's a good point. I like that a lot because I hate the idea of having to refill my Dickia lantern, as I call it, and I like the idea of still getting just as much money as elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean Dekia, they're buffing it more because they understand the cost of the lantern and stuff.
Got you. I think my favorite part was probably the new class. I was completely distraught until then. So yeah, probably the new class.
Oh, I have some feelings about that class.
The one with the pipe in his hand. Which one did you think I was talking? I'm just kidding. No, the heroin. But yeah, let's go. Let's look at this here video from Anders. Let's see what we got.
Going to go over the all-new announcements from this year's Black Desert CALPHEON Ball. There's a ton to get through, so let's start with the new class announcements. Scholar is a brand new class coming to the game and releasing December 20. That is 3 days from the making of this video. You will also be able to test her out in Global Labs tomorrow if you want. Now for NA players, Global Labs will also be opening a new server.
I'm just gonna pause it and I'm say when I look at this, I know what I see. What do you see when you look at this character model in that outfit?
Sage. Kinda.
Yeah, she's big. She's bigger than you would think, right? She's got kind of got like a big body. That's why, because her body is the awakened guardian. It's the guardian body.
I've heard people say that and Valkyrie, like it's one or the other.
Yeah, but Valkyrie bodies are small.
Server called NA Central, where they will be testing a more centralized server for the NA region to see how it affects gameplay. You can also play her there. Scholar is a unique class in that she's not a succession class. She's not an awakening class like we normally have. Instead, she is like Archer, an ascension class. That means she starts out with both pre-awakened and awakened weapons. Her pre-awakened weapons are a combination of hammers and gravity cores. Her awakened weapon is a great hammer. Like Archer, you're going to be utilizing both of these weapons in your gameplay. Scholar also has the unique trait of being immune to fall damage.
Okay, I just want to point out that he said like Archer, you'll be utilizing both of these. I don't know if he's been playing Archer before, but you don't really use much of your little bow. Fucking Anders.
You use it mostly for debuffs.
Use it to like CC someone when you're running away, yeah, and then you're like, then you pull out your big bow and kill them. But yeah, no, anyways, it's really funny. What's up, North, with the new main? Yo, for real. They understand that Suck Drax and Awakened Guardians are frustrated, and so they just made us a new class to cope with the time.
She looks very similar to Awakened Guardian with more speed, more range, so we'll see what she can do once we get her on test server, and I will of course have a breakdown video for you to watch tomorrow. Scholar wasn't the only class actually to get announced in this CALPHEON ball. We also got an announcement
We might
for
actually
a
watch his
future
breakdown
male
video
class
too.
that is coming likely in the spring of 2024, and that is the Sword and Smoking Pipe Doe Wielder.
All right, I have to pause at this because this is like just teased it, and then they brought up a whole different class. What did you think about this?
So I don't know. The class looks cool, but I was super disappointed because I was wanting a hammer class. I think it would fit so well in BDO, and it does.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, please make it like a new giant class, right? So we'd have
a
berserker
giant
and hammer
or
class, or like a dwarf.
dwarf is
And
right
then
there. I felt like
and then they just gave us they pulled the rug out from under us. It was like, oh yeah, here's the cool new male class. Oh cool, so we'll get to see him later in the ball, right? The trailers and stuff, and then they just
I feel like
had a left
somewhere
field.
I feel like somewhere there's some stupid metric where they figure out they sell like 20% less male classes than female male costumes and female costumes, and so because of that they just make
Yeah.
less.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. New classes are good. There's a lot of people who are gonna enjoy it. It's just not something it's not for me. That's all it is.
I cannot wait to reroll to a class that can kill you while smoking a pipe. Okay, I'm gonna hit play.
Coming with the new region, Land of the Morning Light, Soul. We don't know much about him.
I mean, I've
apart
seen a
from
lot
his
of the
obvious
stuff on her
ties
from
to
Global
the Doe
Lab.
School in the Land of the Morning Light. We don't even have a name for him right now, but he does look really cool.
I have some very
so I'm hoping to
strong
see more
opinions
information as we get closer to
on what's
springtime.
going on with
Also,
her
reminder, we
abilities,
also know that
but-
Gunslinger was announced
All right,
not
we'll
too
go over
long
that in a
ago
second.
as well.
Yeah,
Probably
that's
going
we'll
to
go
be
over
the
that
class
after
to
this.
release after this mysterious male Doe class. Now, moving on to the rest of the many announcements, let's start with the travel category. You can now teleport directly to any major city without going through the Magnus and watching
Huge
two
W.
cutscenes. As long as you have completed the Magnus storyline, you will be able to open up a special map to select where you want to teleport. You will then go through the Magnus cutscene once and arrive at your chosen destination. They have also added
All right. Can we make a friendly bet on the podcast? Are you? We'll see if you're willing to accept it. All right, hold on. I'm willing to bet you. Let's just say a sub. I'll bet you a sub.
Oh my goodness.
Yo,
Easy.
thanks for the follow, Sushi Burrito. I'll bet you a sub that I somehow still crashed 3 times using the new Magnus.
I
Are
mean,
you willing to
I don't know
take
if
that?
that's a bet I would want to take because it's probably gonna happen. It's probably gonna fucking happen, dude.
Okay, never mind. Fair enough. Okay, okay. I understand. Respectfully, I get it. Fuck, somebody's gonna clip that. Okay, it's worth it. That was worth it. I had to.
Yeah.
I had to. That was a good idea. That was funny. Okay. Fair enough. All right, let's let it go.
added Ulukita to the destinations available through Magnus teleportation, which is nice, and they're adding a Black Shrine and Ataraxion. For Black Shrine and Ataraxion, you will be able to teleport into those areas and then be back to where you were before teleporting after you're done with the Black Shrine boss or the Ataraxion dungeon. Ataraxion's
Okay, the dungeon's not huge, but like the Black Shrine bosses, I have this theory that like 0.2% of the population was even still doing them.
I was part of that 0.2% then, but
You were still doing it?
I do them every week. It's so
You
much
run
money.
all the way there?
Yeah.
Did you say so much money? Aren't the flames worth like
Yeah.
5 silver? Don't you do like 1 hour of
Money
few
isn't from the
big?
flames.
Don't you do like 1 hour of big dicky at anything, and you're just like,
It's the crystals that are giving you
what's
the
up,
money.
protagonist? Welcome to the podcast. Oh, wait, you get crystals? Oh, no wonder you're doing this.
Where do you think all the new crystals have been coming from?
From BLUESKY900. Okay, okay. Hi, kitty. It's a podcast, not right now. Okay, okay. So yeah, yeah. Now, I honestly feel like I might actually do the boss things if it's a, you know, instant port.
Specifically, we'll be getting
Yeah, I'm sure a
new
lot more
UI
people will start
to
doing
allow you
them,
to
which will
select
help with the crystal supply for the expensive ones a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I'm never running the Land of the Morning Light for anything ever again. But if I can teleport to these things, I might
You're
do
going
that.
to for the new grind zones.
But I technically said I'm never gonna run there, and I'll teleport
Yeah.
there. So I'm off either way. Let's go. Okay.
where inside the dungeon
I
you
win
would like
again.
to teleport into. The Great Desert will now allow you to ping an autopath in the region as long as you have a normal compass or the Laffy compass. The Great Ocean will also work the same way as long as you have a compass.
Also, I just want to point out all my desert skills are now useless. I'm sad, but a little happy for everybody, but sad.
You will be able to ping an auto path. They're also adding barter nodes for the Margoria Star region as well. Ottoman and Histria will no longer have portals you need to go through to enter the grind spot. Instead, they will have physical designated locations for you to walk into the grind zone without the need of portals.
But you know, I already know where the entrance to both of them is, and it's been there for a long time.
Yeah, I know. You have to go to them for the if you want to do the quest to get the free teleport from Sage for his passive, which rip that passive by the way. You have to
Oh
go to those
yeah,
entrances.
Grat
part of the
Sage
quest
on the
line.
passive. Yeah. First time.
From now on, every single player that
First time
starts
what?
BDO will receive one
Oh, my
free
passive is
T9 Dream Horse
gonna be
of their
screwed
choice.
Oh,
If you
so-
were playing when they last gave us this free Dream Horse event, you will be able to choose another for free or the
Oh, this
sensors
is
that you
huge.
want for the T10 attempts. But unlike last time,
Any opinions about a second free T10? T9?
I mean, at this point, since they kind of, let the genie out of the bottle last time, it was like, it's probably one of two things was going to happen. Either they were going to run this event every time there's a ball, or they're just going to make it like everyone gets a Peggy or not. Well, everyone's mostly going to pick a Peggy. So it might as well say everyone's going to get a Peggy.
Was it like,
But-
Jay, you get a Pegasus. You get a Pegasus.
Yeah. So,
Or
I
like
mean, it's
Oprah.
whatever.
Like Oprah.
T9s
Everybody
aren't that
gets
big a deal to
T9s.
get right now, right? So,
I have this theory that they forgot to make it permanent last time. So they just decided to act like it was part of the addition of this ball. I'm not even lying to you. They just, remember how last time they were like, yeah, it's going to be a permanent part of the game. Remember what they said that. They said that. And they forgot. I swear to God, they just forgot. And then
I
it was
don't
like
remember them
CALPHEON
saying
ball.
that,
They
but-
mentioned it. They were like, yeah, we're thinking about, just making it easier, whatever. And they hinted at it or something. And then they just forgot to do it. Yeah, they literally forgot to do it. Easy.
this free Dream Horse event is going to be permanent as a one-time gift for all players, whether you play now or in the future. You will be
I
getting
might
a
actually go
free
for T10
T9
'cause of
Dream
this.
Horse. So moving on to the items and item optimization category, when they talked about black stones are now going
if
to
you
be
want my
consolidated
opinion,
into less items. Black
it's
stones
better
for each
off.
type.
I mean, it's a little off topic, but you're better off getting the sensors over the horse. The
Yeah,
taps
so-
are so much harder to get than the actual horse.
Yeah, I was thinking I should get the sensors and just buy a horse for like 9 billion after I buy my Turo belt.
Yeah.
I got the sensors last time because when I went to go open the horse, my stream yelled at me. So we'll see. It's hard to do super dumb things on stream because someone will let you know.
of enhancing will be unified, so there will be less items to keep track of.
Oh, I
Materials
hope-
like fruits,
I'm glad they fixed
traces,
this.
bloods, meats will all be unified into one item of each type. For the case of meat and blood, where you need certain categories of meat, for example, for certain recipes, the group of meats that were
I don't know about
designated
this change.
as one category will all be unified into just one item. Seeds for farming will no longer have 3 different rarities. Instead, it's just going to be one seed, and you will be able to harvest 3 types of crops. Seeds will also now stack in your inventory to help with inventory management issues. Elixirs
That's a huge
and party
W.
elixirs have been unified as well. Instead, now all elixirs will act like party elixirs, with green rarity elixirs lasting 10 minutes and blue rarity elixirs lasting 15 minutes. Crystals will also be unified at the low end, so low grade crystals will also now be one singular crystal, and even the new life mastery and XP type crystal
What? I don't understand the low end crystal thing.
will be consolidated into
The
one
life,
for all life
the
skills.
life skill stuff
For
is
quest
huge.
items, they will now be auto deleted after your quest ends.
Oh, here we
Event
go.
items like tokens
This might be one of the biggest things for the entire game. Now that I think about it, they announced, like the extra inventories for item clutter.
Yeah, it'll be nice. I mean, it's something that, like, as an experienced player, right? Like, it doesn't really bother me because you're just so used to it. But it definitely is going to help
Yeah,
newer
but
or
fucking
less experienced
Asmongold ever
players.
decides to try and play again, like he has
Yeah.
8 billion things in his inventory, and they're like, click the yellow one, and then 7 of them are yellow. Like,
It's also
I'm
the
just saying, it's hard
consolidated
for new players.
items is like the boat enhancing is probably the biggest one out of all of them. The boat stones for ocean content. You have no idea how insane
Oh
that's
yeah, I
gonna
do.
be.
It was so dumb to try and make a boat back in the day that I just never even made one. Yeah, I'm just gonna buy one at the system actually.
The enhancement stone consolidation for the bones, the black stone one, it's so hard to get
seals that
enhancement stones, black stones for Carrick, blue Carrick gear. It's a pain in the ass. And now they're just consolidating them all into one stone. So it's I'm really curious how they're gonna consolidate it. Like, is it just gonna be a 1-to-1 or I don't know, but I'm gonna get a bunch of free taps basically whenever they implement that.
Let's go, baby. Yeah, just like basically no reason enhancing your boat gear right now.
Yeah, that's some news to any sailors out there. If you still have boat gear to enhance, don't do it till this update goes through. You will save yourself a lot of time, money, and resources.
I think we all are a little bit clueless for techness. Let's look at this.
we get for summer events, Halloween events, all of those will be converted into
Dude.
a permanent currency with its own
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot something. So KR's opinion of all this. Overall
about it?
positive, except it's like all way too late. By now, it's like we know the recipe. We've memorized this for 5 years.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, this is all geared towards helping new players out, not people who've been playing the game for 5 years. Mainly, right? Reduce clutter, you need less inventory space, you don't need to worry about like, okay, which stone was this again? How do I make this? Like, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess, but like I said, it's just they said it's a good thing, but it's just too late. That's what they're. It does feel like kind of late. It does feel kind of late.
event UI exchange window so that you can access that at any time, and also allows you to trade in your event seals for items whenever you want. This will also mean your inventory and storage spaces will be freed up, since these tokens will no
Most
longer
definitely.
take up space. Tools that are low grade, for example life skill tools, will be deleted and consolidated into magical tools. So the 3 rarities of Manos tools are still going to be there, and now the only other tool available will be the magical tools. Life skill levels of all your characters will now be combined. So from now on, XP for life skills and levels for life skills is account wide. With this, we also get Liana's tool bag.
Bro, I Everyone who thinks I'm not a life skiller is gonna actually find out that I'm fucking like master and guru, like almost guru at everything. This is embarrassing because they made it all account wide. I don't know how I feel about this. I was like a secret life skiller, Blue Sky. How do you feel? How do you feel about this?
I mean, I life skill. You know, I do bartering, sailing, hunting. I do all of those. Those are like the only life skills I really touch. But I think this is good, right?
Oh, it's
Because
great.
one of the
It's
most
just the
one of the
yeah.
most obnoxious things, right, is I'm one of those people who likes to do literally everything on one character, right? So my wizard is my sailor, he's my barter, he's my hunter, he's my gather, like he's everything, right? And it's really annoying when, for example, I guess the best example more recently that I've been annoyed by is Rarar spawns, right? And I'm like, shit,
Mhm.
Rarar spawned, but my wizard's my hunter, and I currently have buffs popped and I'm over at like, you know, Ash Forest or something. I was like, okay, great. I guess I'm missing it because I don't want to waste these buffs, right? Now, with family wide, I can just pick someone, park them over at Rarar, and I'll never miss it again, right? Because my hunting levels are all going to carry
Oh,
over.
that's true. You could just have. Oh,
You just put all of your life skill alts whatever the hell you want now. Like,
yeah.
you don't need to specifically have a life skill alt anymore.
I
You
used to
just
play
park them
this
all over the
game
place.
as a witch, and this was my character when I played as a witch. Guru, what didn't exist back then. When I was a life skiller, Guru, well, it I think it came out a little bit after us. So like I'm like a Guru cook, for example. I'm like Guru 20 something cook or something like that on another character because you
Oh,
wanted
you're
to use
gonna
different energy.
you're gonna get more levels. They're
So you see
probably
this?
because it's going family wide. They're probably gonna add all the XP you've earned together and just give you whatever the total level is.
You see this Master 8? This was number 2 in North America when I stopped doing alchemy.
Oh, when I was like hardcore into bartering, when it was like a new life skill, I think I was at like rank like 3,
Yes,
and
they
then I kind
do.
of fell
Stag
off. And now I'm
protagonist.
like
You
way
should be using
behind.
all your
But
buffs.
A gear window to place our life skill tools, which can
yeah,
then
it's
be
a good
used by
change.
any
It's
character we
gonna be a
switch to.
really like I'm
No more
really happy
needing to
about it
swap
because now I
characters
don't
and
need
then
to
swap life
move
skill
my
tools.
wizard all over the
There's
map
also
anymore
going to
to do
be
certain
an
things.
inventory UI
As a
specifically for
PvPer, I wish I
relics
got this
and
much
items
love,
that
but
need to be arranged a certain
it's good.
way. They're also improving relics and scrolls and other memory fragment items to be able to stack in your inventory instead of clogging it up like before. The trade life skill will be temporarily removed from the game until they work out how to deal with the tag and other system issues. So
He
that's
means
important to
everything
know.
but trade
Trade will
crates.
no longer be in the game for a while. But moving on to content updates, monster zones are getting a major rebalance. The idea is to make high gear score areas the highest silver per hour zone in the game. So right now the best silver per hour area according to Perlibus data is Dekia Thornwood. So what they're going to do is buff Ulukita spots to be on par with Dekia Thornwood. Other areas will be buffed to match their required gear score as well. They did mention Gyphon Underground is going to be one of these areas that's getting buffed. Monster Zone UI information update will also come with these silver per hour buffs. Tungrat Ruins will be getting some more mechanics to make it the hardest to grind zone in the game. Dekia will be coming to Valencia, so we'll be getting Dekia Road Sulfur Mines, Dekia Pila Q, Dekia Akhman, and Dekia Histria. For these spots, higher silver per hour will be the focus. Boss
Are you excited for Deki Vesilencia? That's all I got out.
Um, I would if I was still going for the compass, I would be excited. Um, but with my current goals in mind, it's kind of whatever because I'm on the Debo grind now, right? So I guess we'll
So,
see. Maybe they'll add Debo's drops to some of those or some kind of I don't know. It depends what they
well,
drop.
why wouldn't
Really,
Debo stuff drop from Dekia Histria?
I don't know. I'm just saying we have to wait. That's just more like a wait
What
and
if it
see thing,
dropped
right?
like earrings and belts or something? But yeah, let's go on.
Yeah, I mean, if it does, then yeah, I'd be excited for it. That'd be super awesome. But,
scrolls as we knew them
I mean,
are
Decky in
gone.
general
They will be
is
deleted.
it's
Black
good. I'm happy with it. It kind of this almost confirms exactly what I said. I don't remember if I said this to you or whoever,
Go on, Mr. Prediction.
but I've said this before. Elvia is dead. They're not gonna do Elvia ever again. Dekia is the replacement. It's just gonna be every time there's just gonna be new Dekia spots. I don't think they're ever gonna go back to their Elvia realm for any other region. I think they're done with it.
Well, having a whole nother server was probably not the play for them. They figured out.
Yeah.
And why did they only do that for that and not PvP? That was really weird. Anyways, let's let this go.
Black Shrine will be getting 3 new Calamity levels, so Calamity level 8, 9, and 10. With these levels, you will have 3 different difficulties: easy, medium, and hard, and you will be able to fight them with your own gear. However, you will deal no damage unless you meet the AP requirements for each level, so 300 AP, 310 AP, and 320 sheet AP. Rewards for these new levels will be Debaraka accessories. There will also be more missions added that challenge you to fight these bosses with, say, no armor, and if you clear the fight like this, you're rewarded with things like permanent colored titles. Altar of Blood is coming back. This revamped Altar of Blood will be a similar wave defense mechanic mode, but for groups and more in line with the way Black Shrine works. There will be more mechanics, more bosses to fight through waves as well. There will also be 3 different difficulties you can choose for: Altar of Blood, easy, medium, and hard, and the AP requirements for these will be 250 AP for easy, 280 AP for medium, and 310 AP for hard.
God, I hope it's
Rewards
fun.
will be
God, I hope
specific
it's
for
fun.
each stage, so even if you die, you will get rewards, and Debaraka accessories will be rewards for the highest difficulty. Debaraka accessories in general will now drop only as a whole accessory piece and not fragments like before that you need to craft. Tungrad earrings and rings will receive a similar treatment where they will get boosted drop rates and drop the complete piece instead of fragments. Presets are being improved as well through a new all-in-one preset UI that allows you to switch setups depending on the situation whenever you need. These will also work for the Arena of Solare. Enhancements are getting a change to the way Cron enhancement works. So now every time you fail a Cron attempt,
Plus
your fail
1, baby.
stack will increase by 1. So let's move on to guilds. Guild
Oh my
titles will
god!
be
Oh my
added.
god! Oh my god! I was like I wanted to get a couple things in. So what do you have to say about any of that stuff?
I have the stream muted so I don't get echoes. So I don't know what
Okay,
topics they
perfect.
went over. Yeah, so
That's
just
better. It was a +1 and Altar of Blood, basically.
yeah. Well, the Altar of Blood. Well, first of all, for anyone who's watching, I'm willing to bet at least half the people who are watching this on YouTube or are in the Twitch chat right now probably don't even know what the hell Altar of Blood is. Because that shit has been gone for like 3 years. So
do you know what Altar of Blood is?
yeah, so we can go over it real quick just to get people on like up to speed, right? So if you don't know what Altar of Blood is, it was one of the rare forms of PvE content that was group content back in the day. And it was basically an instanced area, which is where you kind of played like tower defense almost.
That's fun.
And there were 7 different difficulties, and you had like these first time clear rewards for each difficulty, which were worth it. And then after that, you could still do it for like minor rewards. But like Vessel just said, it was really fun. It was a good way to like chill with friends and fuck around. It was a really fun piece of content. Literally the only reason no one ever did it when it was a thing was because the rewards were so bad. It was just not worth it unless you were just trying to like have fun with friends. Um, so they removed it like 3 years ago, said they're gonna rework it, and here we are 3 years later, and they're finally talking about bringing it back. So, but yeah, it's a dub. Like I think that's awesome. I'm excited to finally get back into that again because that was a really fun thing to do, and I'm glad they're bringing it back. Hopefully, in a more interactive and interesting way than it was implemented before.
Yeah, I'm excited. My little brother started playing. He installed the game again. So it's something I could potentially do with him, right? So
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
fun. Little
You
plug for my
you
little
did Alter
brother.
Blood, right? In the past, you've done it.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. You could
Yeah, it was awesome. Like
kind
the
of you
event, the
could
only time we got to do it was during the events where like the good shit came from it. You remember?
yeah, but you could kind of carry a group of people that were like kind of geared if you were like super geared like I was. So that's why I liked it.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. And the +1
But,
fail stack thing, I was just
oh
like,
yeah.
I'm
After how
like,
many
okay.
years they gave us +1? Great. And
I'm
yeah.
like, okay. I mean, +1 is, I guess, it's better than 0, but bro, when I'm like, I think it should be based on how many crons you spent on the tap. I think that's what it should be, right? I mean, do you agree with that? What do you think?
I disagree.
How do you think it should be then? Do you think it should just be like the normal stack value, or do you think we should get none still?
I still think it should be none, because it takes away from the value of raw taps at that point. They finally figured a way to give pay to win power in their own game that they've been tripping. So like as a just a raw tapper, I get a higher chance without paying them money every time I fail, and use actual just the game normal game mechanics to get a better chance. And that's how I have both of my black stars, just raw tap them. And honestly, it's way cheaper. So I don't know. I think that I think this is a very smart decision from their PR or their money making department upstairs. At the end of the day, they want people to keep enhancing. They want people to click stuff. And when you click your Debo and you fail and it's got a 300 stack and you're like, I wish it was like a 305 or I'd get it. You know what I'm saying? Let the guy have the +1. That way he keeps buying costumes. I feel like it's great for them, but it's not going to change anything. Yeah. So
Yeah, makes sense.
To the game, depending on the type of players you have in your guild, different guild titles will be made available to you. So if you have a lot of high-level sailors, for example, you will be able to apply a sailing-related title. Guilds will now also be able to use hashtags to show what kind of guild they are. For those looking to promote or search for a new guild, they will also be able to search for specific hashtags and see a list of guilds that meet those criteria. Guild alerts are improved. Officers and masters will now be able to send out guild alerts so that when a guild member logs in, they see whatever alert you sent in the chat box. The chat window is going to be revamped as well with better usability. Guild missions can now be individual, and there will be a new type of mission called special guild missions that you can complete once per week as a guild or once per month, and these will offer high rewards for completion. Guild bosses will no longer be summon scrolls and instead just weekly limits. They will also improve rewards to make them more useful and fun to actually run. The con boss raid will also be improved with its own dedicated call to gather or
con.
for everyone in that guild. In that manner, you will also be able to cook and use alchemy utensils together at once. And finally, for guilds, they're adding the guild league system, that is a 15 versus 15 ranked PvP mode for guilds to participate in. We should be having a beta season in Korea fairly soon. Sticking with PvP for a moment, node wars were talked about. They're moving on with the region war format we saw before. I spoke about this in a previous video, but from now on, you will be able to apply to a region you want to fight on.
So yeah, so before we go into the Node Wars stuff, all that rest of the guild stuff, the GVG League looked nice.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion hasn't changed on it. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be good. It's not a bad thing. I'm
That's
just kind of
ranked
sad that they're
GVGs.
basically not vying for organic open world PvP anymore. It's all instance.
I don't
Which is
actually want
sad.
open world in their game. If all the best people are fighting in GVG League, who's gonna anyway? But yeah, I get it. I get it.
I mean, it's just I get that it's not super competitive in open world, but just there's something cool and fun about PvP organically happening and occurring over like grudges or beef or like you want a spot. It's just it's just kind of fun and cool to have happen. But the Guild League is good. Like it's 100% a dub. The only thing I'm worried about with the Guild League is
Go on.
how are we gonna get the matches, right? Is it gonna be like, okay, maybe there's like it's kind of like Node Wars, right? Where maybe there's like a 2 or 3 hour window when the queue opens up, and then by doing that, you kind of condense the queue, right? Because everyone's gonna be queuing at that time,
That sounds horrible.
and you'll
but
get
go
more
on.
matches. I'm just basically what I'm getting at is how easy is it gonna be to get a match in this guild league, right? Is it like do you have to schedule a match with a guild who wants to fight?
Oh yeah, and if you're not
Or
top 30 in your guild, you're not getting in one.
oh yeah, there's that too. People are gonna cherry pick the hell out of their members for that. They're gonna pick only the best or most meta classes.
Oh, probably will have the most gear too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah.
Which I think that issue. No, sorry. Go ahead. I'll finish my thought after.
I was just gonna say, yeah, that I think that's probably good for the game. Somewhere else to use our gear, but it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, I think so. You know how they're planning to have 2 different leagues though for it, right? So I think hopefully, hopefully it's gonna take some time. Like it's gonna be rough for probably like the first. I don't know how long, however long it takes. Like they
Losers bracket.
program it for like to decide when a guild gets upgraded to the upper league or whatever they're gonna call it. But hopefully that keeps like Chon Nation out of the same league as like I don't know,
Wherever we're
like
at,
Momentum or something, right?
yeah.
Or Ventus or any of the like guilds that don't really hopefully it works that way, but we'll see. Who
Do you
knows
doubt
how
our
strict
30
it's gonna
man
be.
that much?
I mean, I don't think we have enough gear to kill Cho.
Bro, we were laughing and hoping that they wouldn't do this. Look what they're already talking about, by the way.
What? On the video?
Max 1 hour long node wars. Look at this.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, like I'm gonna say the same thing I said before. The best thing about this new system is that it kind of simulates. Well, it's blind drops now, which is my favorite type of war. But everything else for it, all I'm gonna say is I'm gonna keep an open mind.
All
I'll
right.
try it. I ain't gonna turn things down before I try it. But I don't know, man.
All right, hold on.
It seems
Where's the
like
pin? Look at the pin, Blue Squadron style.
I don't know. It
All
just
right.
feels like it's gonna be rough. Because the way I'm picturing it playing out, basically every node's just gonna be like siege almost, right? Because there's one fort, and everyone's gonna be zerging that fort to
Oh
try to get
yeah,
control of it.
100%. Yeah, check
Yeah,
this out. Check
yeah.
this out. All right, so Chon Nation is like they go to the second node after giving the first node to G8. Then they go to um node this node, which is 5 minutes later, and immediately give Guild 4, which was losing by the way, node 6. And if they can't do that in time, they can come over here or since they probably can do it in time, since they can come over here and not get us, they can run over here while Guild 1 say goes to over here to 7. They can run over here to node 5 and fight G3, who were another weaker guild that doesn't belong to Siege, right? Is had lost this node, is here fighting, and then they can give it to G4, or let's just say they give it to G5 here, or 2. They just give it to 2, so that screws out G3. Then they could potentially have enough time to come back and fight these people, but they might not want to fight these people. They might want to come back here and help the last guild, or not here. I'm sorry, it would be here. You know what I mean? In node
Yeah.
4. So like in an hour, Chon Nation can affect like one strong guild, if they do it right, can like abuse the crap out of this system.
Yeah, the only because you can't like if a strong guild dropped a node before, if they weren't part of your scripted fight, you just zerg them off the node, right? Like that's all you do, and that would be the end of it. But with this, you can't really force the strong guild off the node because the only way they get off the node is if they win. So if they choose to not win, they're just gonna keep chilling everyone. The
Yeah.
only way it's gonna happen is if like someone in the fight accidentally like snipes the last hit, and then everyone is like, okay, stop touching the fort, let them have it, let them get out, right? That kind of thing. That's the only way that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm super skeptical with this.
Nodes will be selected depending
There
on
I
was-
how
do
many guilds
think
apply, and then
the
guilds will be
idea they
allocated to
showed
certain.
with the nodes giving specific buffs based on which node you captured, as long as you hold it, that's good.
Yeah.
And maybe that would be enough to get the stronger guilds out, right? Because let's say, for example, the 35-minute, like node 5, right, on the screen you're looking at, right, the 35-minute one. Let's say that node gives a drop rate buff to, I don't know, whatever territory
Or
that is,
like a
right?
week-long accuracy buff or something.
Yeah, stuff like that. They'd probably want that. So yeah, they'd fuck around for the first 35 minutes and probably go to some of the other fights, but they would at least be out of it at some point. But it depends on like how the buffs are spread out, right? Because if the really, really good buffs that people want are only on like the 60-minute ones, which is, the last forts to be up, then then it's gonna be over, right? It's just gonna be,
They need to be on like the 25
yeah.
minute ones, yeah. I didn't think about that, but it's still, that's just like a cog, right? In their plans.
Nodes. The region war will last 1 hour, but each node being fought over will have varying times. Once the timer ends for your node, the guild that controls the node fort will win and exit the region war. The guilds left over will move to a nearby node that is still being fought over and fight for that. Taxes for winning these region wars will be increased, and depending on the node you win, you will get enhanced rewards. So for example, if you win a worker production node, everyone in your guild will get more resources from that production node as long as you own it. The same thing occurs for grind spot nodes. You will have increased drop rate as long as you own it. For Siege, they added a new system where holders or defense of castles will have a better chance to hold. The gate HP, for example, will now scale according to how many attackers there are, and being a castle owner will give you access to a new dragon guild mount. It's still in early stages of development, but it's supposed to be extremely powerful.
Dragons are coming,
Moving on
guys.
to quests, a quest search function is being added to.
Okay, so that first thing though, the amount of guilds there will make the fucking doors scale. So the first couple sieges, you want to be in that castle. I'm gonna get into that. Yeah. Whenever they do that patch, I gotta just do whatever I do. That should give me a back in Black Rose. I want to defend a castle. Like you want to be defending a castle in one of those first sieges. It's gonna be hell trying to break that wall, and then they're gonna be just murking.
A lot of people. This is like very polarized.
To allow
Like
you to
either
look
you
for
like it or
quests
you
that
don't.
need to-
I feel like
Whoops.
people who don't like it are disliking it. The whole new siege system. Well, not new, but like the updated siege system because they're afraid of the lag, which is a fair reason, especially in NA.
Yeah, that's
to be
another
worried
thing.
about.
They had like if Siege is totally garbage, why and why would they add a dragon?
I mean, I think what they're doing with Siege is awesome and it's really cool and it's a great idea. But
on paper this looks great.
Is so bad that because what they're doing, right, is they're trying to make Siege all about the fight at the castle. That's what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to force it to be about the castle. Because what is it right now, right? You know what it is. You've been in Siege. Everyone zergs out the castle guild. They just get shit on.
Then you have a bunch of tiny
and
little fights.
And the fun fight starts, right? That's what it is. They want the fight to be all about the castle, not just get them out and then have the fight, right? Which I agree. I think that's how Siege should be. In my mind, that's what I want Siege to be. I want it to be
let
over
the castle,
castle
owner munch. You're saying let the castle owner munch. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I think it's fun that way. And I mean, this new system is going to enable that, right?
That's roots on that. That's roots on that dragon right now, smiling.
Yeah. You sure it isn't Divios?
I don't think roots would. I don't think Divios needs the dragon. And besides, I think
the
he said
joke that they're saying about Divios in show.
What?
They all want to ride Divios when they get the chance.
Oh my god. Because he's the dragon. That's funny.
Yeah. But anyways,
believable.
Yeah, the gate thing is whatever. The thing that's gonna make it good is the ability to basically murk the other guilds who own nodes in your territory, right? I don't know if they'd mentioned that in the video if they got to that part, but that's what's really going to make or break this system, right? Because if you can request guilds in your territory to help you hold the castle in exchange for higher rewards.
Oh, I forgot about it. I should let that play. I think that's the next part. Huh? Let me see.
Yeah, go for it, go for it. We'll talk
to
about it.
complete objectives for, or if you're looking for certain rewards. They're also speaking about improving Jatina's Pen questline. This
Oh
quest
no. Okay, never mind. All right, I lied to you. Go on. So yeah, what were we? So basically, they're adding a system where you can like choose like which nodes, like other people who won the nodes, to come help you with the castle, and that just leads me to like, you know, hey, I handed you this node, so you're coming to siege, type deal. Like, this all sounds like in Chon Nation's favor. I was even thinking they would split off and have like the Chomies, and then that way you would have to fight Cho and the Chomies every week because they would just pick themselves.
Yeah, it's true. It would happen.
Why wouldn't they pick
But
themselves? Why wouldn't they pick Chomies and
I do think
Chotacular
good,
Squared?
because I mean,
know,
what's gonna happen, right?
the third guild.
They're just gonna fucking, if Cho gets in there, right, and they're like that impossible to beat, people are just gonna not be on the territory for siege. They're just gonna leave them alone, and they're gonna be trapped there until they like feed it to someone, right, to get off it. But that, I think the system is good, right? Because now you have a way to basically it reinforces the scripted fights, right? Except this time it kind of forces the scripted fights to always include the castle holder instead of them just getting zerged out mindlessly. I think it's good. I think the new siege stuff is good. The dragon's cool on paper. We'll see how it, you know, lags and or doesn't lag or bugs out. But I do like the idea of the nodes in the territory can help defend the castle for the territory for a bigger reward at the end of the siege. I don't know. What do you think about it? Do you like that or no?
I think it's cool. It's something that they already had. They took advantage of the militia dynamic they had earlier in the game, and they made it better.
Hi everyone, my name.
Sorry, I was getting the next video ready. Basically, I wanted to just take a look at some of the scholar skills at the end here. The rest of this is all quality of life stuff. We love them for that. The quality of life stuff is really late. I wanted to get your basically all the stuff that I said they're definitely gonna do. They definitely did. It's crazy when when Jay has an idea to fix things, I feel like who's gonna say no to Jay, right? I hope it works.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at the scholar thing. Let you get your. I could feel it earlier. I know you feel some type of way. Let's see. Hold on.
My name is Anders, and today we are going to go over the infinite PvE combo for Skull. Really fast in animation. We get that larger AoE trait as well, since we use it from a hammer skill. And next we use Hammer Punch into Golden Trajectory. This is just basically holding down the E key.
Sarcastically or actually? All right. Sarcastically, the grad. Actually, I think the coolest skill is the, I don't even know what it's called, but the thing where she turns into the iframe orb and can like float up terrain. I think that's the coolest one in the class.
Hey everyone, my name is Anders, and today we are going to go over all of the skills for the new class in Black Desert, Scholar. We're going to go over all the skills, show them to you, and at the and
I'm not gonna go into every skill. Don't worry, chat. Um, yeah. So as a guardian who has no mobility, I'm obviously super excited about a class that is a guardian with mobility. Right? That's basically what this is. And unfortunately they reworked my class multiple times. This time they literally gave me an actual awakened guardian with mobility. So I'm super excited. It's kind of like an archer, and everything hits unimaginably hard from what I can tell. So what do you think about all that?
I mean, it's good, right? It's good for the game. I think it's a good addition. You know, new classes are always nice. They bring people back. They make old like experienced players excited. You know, but what, bro? This is the 6th female class in a row. Where are my male classes, dude?
As someone who doesn't actually paint, this doesn't bother me at all, and I feel like I'm probably in the majority. At like this point, y'all are like the people who want the male classes are just mad, and I can't help but giggle every time. I'll be honest. I do feel like them cheesing the pipe user and then giving you the female class that would happen to be a hammer user was a troll. I feel like they did that
Dude,
on purpose.
should have
That
been a
was
male hammer user, dude.
they
It should have been
knew
the other way around.
they knew it was gonna be a female hammer user and it was gonna bother people, so they put the male class smoking the pipe right before this to juke everybody out. But yeah, no, she's a better guardian because instead of a stupid slow passive, she's gonna have an anti-heal passive, and her counter is actually going to be Awakened Guardian. It's gonna be weird. Because she's gonna be so slow if she gets touched by an Awakened
Yeah, I
Guardian.
heard she doesn't have much healing either for herself. She doesn't have sustain.
Yeah, I mean,
Her multipliers are like insane though that I've
I
seen
don't
on the
think you really need
skills.
sustain when you fucking 1 and 2 shot like every single thing in the game. So, and that's what it looks like.
I
It
saw
look
one of
it's
her abilities is like 4,000% times 5 with like
oh
an
4.
additional multiplier.
I was like 3, but okay, that's a 4. Okay, go on.
No, it's 4. It's 4.
I was looking at the wrong one, going, oh
And then
shit.
there's
Then
an additional multiplier on it based on height, I think, which can make it up to like 6,000 something times. It's just insane, these multipliers. I don't know what it's gonna be like in PvP because I don't know what the damage reduction is on it, but in PvE, those kind of numbers are like, put that in perspective. Awakening Wizards multipliers are like
2400.
20. What is this? Not even. It's like 1,800.
Yeah, I might finally start grinding if she hits really hard, and I can go grind on her.
Oh, I mean, I was watching some other streamers grind with her, test her on the goal. She clears so fast. It's insane the amount of damage she's doing to mobs. Also, did you know that all of her ascension or sorry, awakening skills with the two-handed hammer are 100% crit?
I did
All of
notice
them?
that. Yeah,
Like, okay.
that's Guardian's thing that they gave someone else going. I'm not salty at all. So yeah, I look forward to the new class. But I don't know if it's gonna be quite enough. Everyone is saying, this is how we rate everything, and it does make sense. Right before, like, we were wondering why they were putting off the PvP reworks. Maybe they needed a big number here to work off all the other numbers there. I don't know. It is very weird. That is very weird.
I hate her grab too, by the way.
Oh
hate
yeah,
it.
don't you love it? I'm looking forward to them doing a single thing that they said they're gonna do before this. And I rated the overall ball a 2 out of 10, even though I'm not a PvEer. Everything that they did sounded like a patch note, and they glorified it. I like the guy smoking a pipe. I don't get it. And I like the new class. But it didn't seem like a ball. It seemed like Jay saying, this is all the stuff I'm gonna fix immediately, or please don't fire me. That's the overall energy I got this time.
Yeah, I
It
mean that's
wasn't the
kind of
same.
like, yeah, I think it's good that they went that direction because this is kind of what I talked about. I don't remember if, yeah, I think I talked about it on one of the podcasts, but
Yeah.
they just need to stop making new shit,
And fix the game.
fix everything else, which is what they're doing, which I'm glad they're doing it,
But
which is
that's
why
what we
this ball
said.
feels so mid, but I think it's what they needed to do, and it's a good thing they're doing it.
Because they gave us a new class. Don't worry, we haven't made anything new, and we're fixing everything. We're not making anything new to make money off you or anything. So wait for the new expansion, the 2 new classes. These are the new outfits. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's hard. It's really hard. We love these people, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard. That's what I'm saying. For a PvE, for my brother rejoining, like I look at it honestly from that sort of sense. It was like 7 to 8 out of 10. If I wasn't a PvPer,
Oh yeah,
the ball was huge.
If you are a PvEer, sorry, you're up huge. Right? Like this game is amazing. If you don't give a shit about PvP, it is so good. All the quality of life they've added recently, plus they're going to add in the future improvements, all this stuff is going to be awesome. But if you want a PvP, you're kind of in a bad spot right now because organic PvP is done, and all of the instance PvP they want to add isn't in the game yet. And it's very much they're like a fucking test, a lab rat right now for them. They're just kind of trying all these things with you if you're a PvPer, hoping one of these things makes you happy, right?
I do feel like we're on the live test server for like at least the next 6 months or whatever the fuck they decide to unfuck their game. That is how it feels a little bit right now, but it is like, look at the numbers on this one skill that just happens to be super powerful. Yeah. So on that note, did you want to let's get your final thoughts on everything? To wrap up. You are eerily correct every podcast that we've had on there. I'm just gonna tell you, like, even we were like, we need. Remember when we were like pre-built structures? That was crazy. I never thought we'd get that one. Almost every single thing we've complained about on this podcast has come true. So I'm just gonna throw it out there. What do I not? I want to succeed, Nancy. No. What if there was a better way to get cronstones? You know.
Yeah, buff Pit of the Undying. Make it more than 100 crons a day.
What if people could buy an item that was like an outfit and put it on someone they didn't like's head, and then when they got killed, you got the outfit. Oh wait, no, that sounds abusive. No, anyways.
But yeah, my overall thoughts. If I was, I guess I'll go with like a rating, kind of like you did. Just gonna give a good summary. It's very 5 out of 10 for me. It's just very middle of the road. It's like, okay, I mean, there's cool stuff. I do a lot of PV in this game still, but you're missing like half the things that I care about, which is the PvP half, right? So it's, I'm just very neutral about it. It's just meh. Like overall.
Right. You're like 5, 6 out of 10 then overall.
Yeah.
All right, that's a lot higher than me for obvious reasons. Hopefully Hammer Lady go Burr, and yeah, thank you so much for hanging out on our podcast again. I'm gonna do some solar matches if you want to play some games or something. But I know it's late for you.
Yeah,
it is. You want to give yourself a shout out? I'll give you another shout out in Discord. Let everyone know who you are.
Sure. My name's BLUESKY900. I stream over at twitch.tv/BLUESKY900. I am an Awakening Wizard player. basically the only class I play. I do dabble in a couple others like Awaken Sage and Awaken
Dabble.
Hash. But yeah, you can catch me over there on my Twitch stream. I stream 4 days a week, and you know, we have some fun there. It'd be cool to see any of you guys pop in.
Yeah, click the link. Click the link. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think yeah, I think I pretty much already did my summary and the outro. I hope this class keeps us entertained long enough for them to fix the game.
Yeah,
It's just all a little crazy. The add-ons and everything, it's a little too much. But we'll see. Thank you so much for coming again. Another week, this guy. We got
Yeah, of
you
course.
on the camera. I think I'm gonna point up. I'm looking at you. Let me see if that works. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, thank you for coming. I got your camera here, and yeah, we have the technology. You might have to explain how that works if we want to get someone else on here. But
Yeah.
thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate the help with that. That's huge.
yeah, for sure.
Right on, dude. You have a good night, and thanks for popping by.
Yeah.
Chat, that's
for
going to
having
be the end of the podcast. We're going to still be streaming. Thank you, Twitch chat, for hanging out. YouTubers, if you're still there, go ahead and toss me a subscribe and a like. And another one. Let's go.